Hello there! My name is Vitor and I'm here to do my top 10 most influential books tag. I was tagged by Megan Olivier. I'll put a link to her video down below. I thought that this book tag was interesting and difficult at the same time because it is hard to just pick 10 books as your top 10 most influential books when you've read a lot of books over the past few years or so. So I'll try to put together the ones that I truly enjoyed reading. So the first book is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. This is a really awesome book. If you haven't checked it out, you definitely should. So the second book is The Hunger Games by Susan Collins. This book changed completely my view of the world because when I finished it, all I kept thinking was, whoa, this could really happen in the near future because there's still wars, people dying from hunger, people dying from this huge bunch of diseases, and there's also this great amount of unknown diseases that we aren't even aware of. So if we are not careful enough with our own planet, something like the Hunger Games could really exist. The next book is Touch the Dark by Karen Chance. This is the first book in the Cassandra Palmer series, and this was the first book that I bought with my own money. It made me so happy. It talks about vampires, witches, warlocks, wizards, ghosts, and even has this little touch of Greek mythology in it. So I think you should definitely check it out. The fourth book is Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. This is the first book in the Hush Hush series. I really enjoyed reading this book. I don't think this is a really great book. I thought it was okay because this book shares some similarities with Twilight, and I read it while the world apparently had this huge vampire hype going on, and this was the first book I read about angels, and it was good, I think. So let's proceed. The next book is Fantasy Lover by Sharon Cannon. This is the first book in the Dark Hunter series, although this doesn't really explain what the Dark Hunter term is and what the Dark Hunter universe is. This is still a really great book. I read it like 6 or 7 times, so you should definitely check it out. The next book is a Portuguese book written by a Portuguese author who's called Fabio Ventura, and this book is called Orbias. I don't know how to translate this title over here, so let's just stick with Orbias. This book is the first one in the Orbias duology, and it was really great. I usually don't read Portuguese books written by Portuguese authors because I always find them boring or not well written enough. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but this was a really great book. The main protagonists are 5 girls. One of them is an angel, the other one is a mermaid, the other one is a fairy, the other is a harlequin of death. I don't really remember, so I will definitely reread this and do a video review. So let's continue. The next book is also a Portuguese book written by a Portuguese author. It's It's called Inference Sombra by Elsie Lavado. This is a massive book, as you can see, and this book is set on Lisbon. I never went to Lisbon ever, but someday I will definitely go there and check out the places that are mentioned in this book. This book is, at least I consider it, an urban fantasy book, and it is really good. And if you happen to know Portuguese, or if you are even studying Portuguese, you should definitely check out this book. This other book is Shiver by Megan Olivier. I read this book as an ebook a few years ago and I really loved it. I then picked up Linger as an ebook as well, and I started reading it and it was good, but I stopped reading Linger for apparently no reason. I don't really remember why, but I bought this book in the publisher's webpage and I was offered a free copy of Forever, and now I just need to pick up Linger to have the whole trilogy in my bookshelf. Well, this other book is Legend by Marie Lu. I still haven't finished it and I'm so ashamed of myself because there's only a few pages left to read, and I will definitely finish this book this weekend. And the last book is Slated by Terry. This book was offered to me by Megan Olivier in our book swap. I gave her Just One Day by Gail Forman and she gave me this book. The reason why I brought this book to show you guys, and why I consider this one of my top 10 most influential books, is that this book was offered to me by a very good friend of mine, and usually this doesn't happen here a lot. I mean, the only persons that offer me books are either my mom or my aunt or even one of my cousins, and I really like this book for that specific reason. So I've only read 13 pages so far, I think, and I'm really enjoying it. One of the secondary characters, I think, made me remember of Effie from the Hunger Games trilogy, and it was really fun, and I will continue reading this in the next week. So I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. So goodbye.